Good evening. It's Jennie Jane here, and I am thrilled to be here with you and to share some of my Christmas treasures or holiday treasures, depending on how you want to look at it. But I'm glad to be here with you, and I have on my earrings that my son gave to me. They are real petals, and I don't know what flower they're from, but I love them. They're dipped in resin, hopefully some kind of pine resin that's a little more natural, and they are preserved in that way, and they are one of my favorite earrings. So I'm wearing them right now, and I'm going to share my old faithful favorite, and we'll turn it on right now. And that is my Whirling Christmas tree. You can see that it has different colors inside. And it swirls and whirls. There must be some kind of a fan in there. Or maybe it's just magic. But it has some beautiful glitter and textures. So I'm just going to tap on that and play with that for you, in hopes that it will be relaxing. I put this up every year because I do love it so. I can just zone out and look at this, and it relaxes me. And the base has a little bit of texture to it. I hope that I'm close enough to the microphone that you can hear it. And then I'm just going to show you some of my I made some little homemade Christmas gifts. And they're fairy lights. And I'm going to show you those in a moment. I promised Sheena I would show them to her. Hi, Sheena. So, I will do that. Wonder if you can see those beautiful snowflakes. I'm going to hold it up real close. Yeah, you can see that. I'll just hold that there for a moment for you to enjoy. There we are. I think one year one of my viewers said that they found this too online. I found mine in a store when I was living in Washington. I just absolutely love it. All right, wonderful. And then I'm going to show you some of my little fairy lanterns. And I don't know that you'll really be able to see them very well until I'll at the end, or maybe I'll do it at the beginning and the end, show you what they look like in the dark. But I think they're just magical. And everything here I either had at home already, or I purchased at the dollar store, including this little moss that I glue on the top. I'll hold it up. Can you see that? I believe you can see the silhouette of that fairy inside. And this one I put some little light bulbs on. Got those at a bead store, but I'd already had them. I've had them for years, so it was wonderful. And then you can see there's a little bit of glitter, at the bottom. Looks like snow, I think. And then I glue some things on the top. So I'll show you inside. This is just a glitter glue that I did around the top. You can see that. And then I hot glued on You can put a little flower there. And I even got the flowers at the dollar store. They don't look like real flowers, so they kind of look like they're from the dollar store, but I'm happy with them. And then I'll show you the inside so you can know what to do. I take a mason jar or any kind of jar that's left over from your pickles, or I have little ones too that I'll show you. And then I tried two things. I tried to just sponge on white paint, and I did some that way, but I did not like them as well. So these, I took tissue paper. You can see some of the hot glue parts that are hanging. Let me pull that off. So I took Mod Podge, and I watered it down about 50-50, and I brushed it on the jar, and then I simply put some one layer of white tissue paper on. You can see that it has little creases in it, and that's just fine. And then inside, I want to show you, I put inside, it's glued so I can't pull it out, but I can do this. Inside, I glued in some flowers. You can do greenery, and glue it on the opposite side of your fairy. The fairy, you can see, let me turn that. I glue the fairy, oh, I'm not getting the right angle. Oh, where is it? Right there, okay. So I glue the fairy right against the glass on the inside, facing outward. And you get them online. If I can remember, I'll put a link. I just looked for the free clip art. I think I typed in fairy silhouettes. And I got this idea from other people who are doing it. So it's not my idea. But you can find lots of how-to videos on YouTube. And that's what I did. And I tried a couple different ways. And then you cut out the fairy. And then you can see I also used an X-Acto knife to cut out the inside of the fairy's wings so that the light can come through. And then you glue some all hot glue some fairy moss inside. Dollar store. Everything's from the dollar store. Even this snow, I think I did get the glitter somewhere else, the white glitter. I got some sparkly glitter, I think, at the craft store. But, yeah, it was really, they take a little bit of time, especially cutting out the fairies, but that's about it. And then I give it a nice soft bed of moss inside because we want those fairies to be comfortable if they're going to be in that jar. And then I just get an electric light, tea light, and I'm going to turn that one on. You want to look at that? Got little hot glue things hanging all over. And then I put that down inside the jar, and it flickers under the fairy. You can kind of play with the angle of it. That's what's nice also about having all that inside. But I will show you at the end because I think it is hard for you to see. But at night, it's just magical. It really is. And so I'm giving these to my girlfriends for Christmas. And then the top, I glue on some a flower and these little, there's all kinds of fun little bits and bobs at the craft store, or excuse me, the dollar store. I think I went to Dollar Tree and got all those things so that they were very inexpensive gifts because that is the kind of gift I'm giving this Christmas. All right? But I love them so. And I'll show you just a couple more. This one I did with more of a burgundy. Hope you can see that little fairy in there. I'll hold it up close. Can you see her in there? They love their little fairy light lanterns to hang out in. And the top of this one, I did do, around the top of this, I had some glittery yarn, so I used that, and then I also did the glue just to make it look like there's little fairy vines hanging around. And then the top, I should be tapping this for you, shouldn't I, to help you relax. The top just has some flowers and a little butterfly that I got at the dollar store. You'd be amazed what you can find there. And a little bit of moss too. And you can just go crazy with it. I've seen people put jewels and flowers on their bottle. So you could get very creative if it's something that you would like to play with. And again, you can find lots of videos on YouTube on how to, so that you can make it the way you would like. Oh, this lid does not have ridges. You can even find some of these glass bottles at the dollar store. I had to buy a couple, but the truth is, it's better to recycle them. So save your peanut butter and pickle jars. This one I think I might have put some greenery in. Oh, I did a little bit of both. I have some greens. There's my fairy glued against it. So the fairies are printed out. I did cardstock, and they're just black, and then you cut them out. They're just beautiful. I love them, and you can choose your favorite ones. Hope that's quiet. There we go. And I made one for my sister with a little bluebird on top because she loves birds. They're kind of her little sign. So that's what I did for her. But you can choose whatever toppings you want. Here's one that, I hope you can see this one. Can you see that little fairy in there? Yes, you can. Great. And this one has a ridge top. Isn't that wonderful? And I did some little hanging lights there. And I did both blue and gold around the top. It would be fun to be more extravagant with that lid and with the ridge on the top of the jar. You could do some really fun things. But this is what I had handy. I had this glue already, this glitter glue. So I just tried to make that work. And then I will show you what they look like at the end, all right? Okay. And lastly, I was just going to pull a few little ornaments off of my tree and hold them up for you to see. Very simple, little beaded snowflake. I have a friend who I send her something on her birthday, and she sends me something at Christmas. And she often puts a beautiful ornament, beaded ornament, in the gift or on the gift. And this was one of the first that I got several years ago. So this year, I just did my Christmas tree with purple and with these. Very little 3-foot Christmas tree, but that's what I wanted, something simple this year. So there we are. I love it. I'll find you another one. Oh, yes, I love this one. And I can see that my camera is very soon about to run out of battery, so I'm going to stop here. I'm just going to tap this down by the microphone, and then up where you can see it. Beautiful little beads. Very pretty. They have such gorgeous ornaments nowadays, and I do love them so. There we are, golds and teal. I'll try and scratch on those a little bit, and hopefully that will be relaxing for you. few little holiday treasures, but I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you want to make yourself a little holiday fairy light, well, maybe I'll put a link for that below too. All right, you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday, however you celebrate it, wherever you are. From my heart to yours, I wish you a wonderful, happy holiday. Thanks for stopping by.